the world. Nice.
Yeah, and it started putting a plan together. Like it wrote a plan together how AI would take over the world.
Pinky, what are we gonna do tomorrow, Pinky?
Try to take over the world. And then I also read one where it said
Narf, not Snarf, just Narf.
Narf is Thundercats, man. Come on, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Don't get him started.
Yeah, don't get me started. Oh man, it's been a week.
Has it?
Been a week since I've talked to you guys last. How are you?
How you doing, Mike? I haven't seen you in a while, man.
Yeah, I know.
We lost the magic. Just Mike now.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's been a week. It takes a few minutes for the magic to catch up.
But it's there. I promise you.
Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Yes, there it is. There it is. Magic Mike's in the building now. He had the curl like Superman. You heard me in the background, right? There it goes.
Man, look at him. Man, silence that phone. Silence is golden.
Hey, like in the movie theaters, when they pour the soda with the ice.
That's what I'm trying to help him with.
So it has been a week. It's been. I think I experienced almost a tornado.
Almost.
Hey, evidently, he wants to talk right over me as I'm talking.
Oh, I didn't hear you talking. You were talking.
It's okay. It's all right. And it's been a jam-packed week. I can't even try to hide it. It's been just an amazing, 5 days, 6 days.
And you shouldn't hide it. Yeah.
I try not to hide it. I can't even hide it. I don't know. It's kind of like, where do you start with on a podcast about sci-fi? I mean, you got Star Wars, a Star Wars event that took place in London, and they introduced so much stuff. We'll be talking about that.
Did they? Hey, you got Super Mario Brothers that came out this weekend.
Super Mario, yeah. I'm surprised you haven't seen it yet, Game God.
Oh, I saw about half, maybe 2/3.
That's not a good sign.
A really good movie.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's something called Time. Moose is very familiar with that. I don't have time, man. Hey, let's put that on the docket. I don't got time. Let's push it one more week.
I love not to have time to put stuff on the docket.
Hey, we could push it for next week. Yeah. So Super Mario came out this weekend. That was big right there. It was a good one. What else? A show. I've been watching a show that I think I've watched the whole thing. A couple shows ended, right? Magic Mike. A couple shows ended.
Did it?
Did they?
I think so. I think what's his name? Picard is done.
No, it can't be done.
Yeah, I think it's done. I think that the last one was episode 8 was the season finale.
It couldn't have been.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't. Never mind.
Yeah, I know what you're gonna say, but it says in the synopsis.
So let's try to dance around it and talk about it when we're not talking about it. That's ridiculous.
That's why I stopped. Yeah,
I know. Mike. This guy, I didn't give anything away, and then he gives everything away.
Hey, but you read it and you kept reading, so that's your fault. No. So, yeah. Yeah. What else do we have? Let's not talk about the things that
I got some show and tell.
Oh,
do you?
Oh man,
I do.
I got show and tell. Look at you. So let's see.
Okay.
Let's see.
Well, you can start with that. Go ahead.
Want to do this now?
Let's show.
Do this now.
Well, I mean, you got a better time.
Yeah. Hey, let's do it after we're done.
No. Hey, I'm gonna show it while we're podcasting. Okay. So I sent you guys a little bit of a teaser earlier today of a picture.
Mm-hmm.
And,
you should have turned off your live photo because I saw everything.
Did you?
Did you? I wasn't paying attention. That's all right.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
I was going to say, because, and if you did, then obviously Game Guy didn't see it. So, because he would have said the same thing.
Yeah, I would have told you before we even started.
All right. So, one of them I'm not going to actually pull out of the package because you've seen him. Hey, Rob, what's going on?
Look at Rob. What's going on, Rob?
Who is this guy? Haven't seen him in a while. I'm not going to pull it out of the package because you guys have seen it already because one of you guys have it already.
Oh.
But I had to pick it up when I saw it. So I'm going to pull this right up here.
Yeah. Welcome to the club, Magic Mike. Welcome to the club.
It'll be the only one I probably own.
But hey,
that's okay.
But hey, I gotta tell you, it's probably the best one as of now. It's the best helmet there.
It is. It's pretty awesome. Yeah. The only thing I would tell you, Moose, this is for you and me specifically, and other guys like us, is that when those magnets clamp down on the side, they clamp down on the side. Yeah, and if you have a beard, you just be prepared. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Oh man, I'm going to wax my beard that day.
Yeah, because it's just like you're like, it's pulling on your hair, and you have to try to get the helmet off.
So, hey, Rob said, show it again. Show it again.
Oh, sorry.
Show it again.
Show it again. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Sorry, I got the glare.
The Black Series, for those that will have their eyes closed. The Black Series helmet, Darth Vader, is what that.
And there's two of them, by the way. There's two Black Series.
That's what I was gonna. That's what I was gonna ask you. Yep. There's an Obi-Wan one, and then there's one later, right? There's the
what's the difference?
I think it's the shape of the. No, okay. So
the main difference is underneath the helmet piece. So the Obi-Wan series is silver. The other series is black with some gold on it. So that's the difference. I'm not sure which one you have, Game God.
So I have the silver one. I have the whatever the Black Series one.
That's the Obi-Wan. I do have the Obi-Wan series. Yeah. So I thought that was interesting because I didn't know there were two until I got this one. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and I think this one is the newer one, so they have more detail on it, obviously, as you've seen it already. But yeah,
that's correct. Okay, so the second thing I picked up recently.
Oh, there's two. My goodness! Look at this! Look at this! Look at this! Look at this! Oh man! The lightsaber.
So that is the Black Series Kylo Ren, then.
Yes, it is. That is correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, nice. So that's is that the FX? What do they call those? The ones that come ready.
The Black Series. It's
Well, I don't. That's not the one from the park. Obviously, is what I'm saying.
Right.
Correct. That is not the one from the park. Yeah, Disney has two different.
How would you describe that? Because you probably have held the one from the park at least, and I own the one from the park, and I own the first edition of Kylo Ren's the Black Series. No, I don't think it was called the Black Series then. It may have been, but I don't have the second one. So my question is, how would you describe the two compared to one another? Would you say that they're equal? One's greater than another. Tell me your thoughts.
I would say the one at the park is just slightly edges it out, but this one's pretty good. It's got some good weight, some good feel to it. If I didn't have if I didn't have felt the other one, I would have said this is exactly right. Yeah. And so it's not that far off. Only knowing the difference. That's the only difference. To say that. Hey, Game God, have you put batteries in your helmet yet?
Yes.
Okay. So Moose, just for you and the other everybody else listening, what the sounds that it makes is just really cool. Has two different sounds. They're breathing sounds.
Okay.
One is with the helmet on, the mask and the helmet on sounds like the regular Darth Vader. When all you have is the front piece. It sounds just like if he was breathing without when we see him in Return of the Jedi. It is really cool, the two different breathing.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
Awesome. Yeah, when it happened, I was like, is something wrong? It's like, and then I had to listen to it again and realize, that's awesome.
And when you put it on, you put the other piece on, it makes a noise when you put it on for the second piece because there's three pieces.
Does it?
Yeah, nice. It does, yeah.
Oh man, you went all out. You put the batteries in and everything. I just put the batteries in today, just so you know.
And of course, the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi is coming up, which, from what I've read, they'll probably be released in the theater.
I was going to hold on to that for the podcast, but yes, it is being re-released again.
We could talk about that, yeah. So that's kind of cool.
I have some details on that too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, shoot, it's
been a good week for you, Magic Mike. Good week.
Yes. Man, couldn't believe it. I got a good deal. I got a Game God deal on it.
Nice.
Oh, did you?
$5.
Yep, $4.99.
$4.99 and it's mine. That's a slogan. You got a $4.99 menu, Game God? Is that what you got? Well, I guess maybe we should get started and let's talk about what we're going to talk about. Let's why delay? How about that? Is that all right? You guys all right with that?
That's good.
Right, let's do it. Here we go. Super Mario Brothers in the theater. Yes, we have opening numbers. The Marvels with a trailer. And this mostly is about Star Wars Celebration 2023. Ahsoka, Vision, Young Jedi, and the new movies. Oh, and there's so much more.
According to Wikipedia, a nerd is a person seen as overly intellectual, obsessive, introverted, or lacking social skills. Many so-called nerds are described as being shy, quirky, pedantic, and unattractive. We're here to prove Wikipedia right.
Oh, look who they let in.
This is Podcast for Sci-Fi, where all things sci-fi come to life. If it's fantasy, sci-fi, gaming, movies, interviews, we're talking about it. We're talking about it. This is Podcast for Sci-Fi, and here's your host, Moose, Game God, and Magic Mike.
Welcome to Podcast for Sci-Fi, where all things sci-fi come to life. This is episode 385 with the crew, and with so much more to talk about tonight. Star Wars. We lost you there, Game God. We lost you for a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. I pressed something, and all of a sudden I'm like, whoa, I'm not here.
Thanks for joining us in the chat room. If you joined us there, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, comment and question, and file your complaints if you have something. We'll take those up and forward them to the complaint department. Anyway,
Yes. Okay.
thanks for listening to the podcast. We appreciate all of our listeners out there and supporting the podcast. We got so much fun stuff to talk about tonight. I'm excited. I get excited every week, but tonight is even more exciting because of Celebration. But I don't want to start there.
I know this is a special time
Yeah.
for sure. He loves talking about Star Wars every chance he gets. So this is perfect.
This is his third Christmas Star Wars celebration.
You know, how many Star Wars celebrations have you guys been to? Think about this. Think about it. How many? Do you know?
Been to 2.
I know how many I've been.
How
to.
many have you been to?
I don't know how
Magic
many you guys have been to. I've been to one.
One. Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead. Game God, how many have you been to?
2.
I have been to 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I've been to 5. Just for the record.
Wow.
Very
That's
nice.
That's Moose Filoni.
Yeah. Yeah. That's my name. I'm gonna put that on a shirt. Moose Filoni.
There you go. How many have there been? Do you know, Moose?
Oh, there's been at least a
Isn't that
dozen,
many?
right?
No, there hasn't been that many really.
Yeah,
I mean, in
I'll get
recent
the
years,
fact- I'll
it's been a
fact
lot
check
of
it.
them. Well, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm gonna. Can I guess before you actually
Take your time
check
to think
the
about the
thing?
guess.
All right, here we go. I'm going to say with hands in the air, so you know I can't cheat. I'm going to say there's been. Hey, Google, how many? No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to say there's been. I'm going to say there's been 9, maybe 10.
I want to guess too before you say something.
Okay, go ahead and guess.
If Moose has been to 5, possibly 6, I'm going to guess there's been 6 or 7.
Nah,
I think he's missed one more.
I may have.
So you guys-
I may have missed
so you-
one. I
so you guys
think
ready?
I may have missed one, by the way, but it doesn't matter. No, go ahead. Tell me.
14.
Okay, see,
Oh, okay.
see, there you go.
It's
But-
14.
Let's be fair. about this. I've yet to see one overseas,
Yes.
and I don't think those count. How many in the U.S.?
Oh, wait a minute. That takes like
Well, Rob's pretty
That
close
was
there. He
pretty
gets
close.
13 by
Yeah,
the way.
that was pretty
total,
close.
so that's pretty good.
so you got man. Now you're gonna make me do math here. 2,
Oh boy.
1,
I know,
2,
it's
3,
tough.
4. The first 4 were in the States.
Yeah,
Oh, they did
Okay.
one in Denver. That's crazy.
yeah, they
First
did
one
one.
in
Yeah,
the
that was an
States.
early one. Yeah.
Got 5 in Orlando.
Yeah.
6 in California.
I was there.
7
Yep, I
in
was there.
Orlando.
I was there.
8 in Chicago.
We don't need to go to all of them individually, by the way. You can just
9.
Yeah.
I keep it track. I'm keeping track. 9.
Then I'm actually right then, aren't I? I mean, let's be
you're
clear.
actually right. No, to be clear, there was 14.
Yeah,
There was 14.
the question was how many Star Wars celebrations there were, and the answer was
Yes,
14.
that's correct.
In the
Yes,
U.S.,
14, that's
though,
correct.
you missed.
No, I didn't
No,
say
we
this.
did not say
We didn't say
US,
we didn't say domestic or
9.
worldwide.
Yeah, we did.
No, we
gonna
weren't
talk about-
guessing domestic.
We're going to talk about domestic numbers with Mario Brothers, so we always talk domestic numbers. You know this, and unless I've attended one overseas, it definitely does not count. So,
okay, is that what it is? Okay, we just lost half of our international
Yeah,
guys.
that's exactly it. Yeah.
no, I'm
Yep,
saying
they all
that
started-
unless I tend to a Star Wars celebration, it doesn't count. I didn't say international listeners don't count.
But listen,
Oh,
for 14 total and 9 of them in the States, that's pretty impressive because there's a few there that you're like, oh, there was one in Denver, like I just said, there was one in
And it was a
Chicago.
small one. It was a small
Yeah.
one. And yeah, Chicago. I was there. Remember?
Yeah, you went to Chicago. I do remember that. There was 2 in Orlando.
Three
And there was
in Orlando. But keep
3 in
going.
Orlando, correct? And then I think there was
All three of those.
three in or California, I think it was.
And we've been to one of them. Is that right?
As a group, we've been to one. Of them.
Yes.
Damn.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but that's pretty impressive. So we've been as a group, we've been through 9 of them as a group.
There you
Wow.
go. We covered them all.
I want that math. All right.
That's good math. That's good math.
How about the Super Mario Brothers movie? I can tell you what I hear. I haven't seen it.
Okay.
Magic Mike, have you seen it?
I have not seen it.
And Game God said he saw half of it,
Correct.
but evidently he works so much he doesn't have the time.
That's correct.
Oh yeah. So
So
What-
true
Oh,
and true.
snap.
I've heard some things about it, and so I want to kind of talk just about what I've heard. But I'd like to hear the numbers, and I'd like to guess at that. How about that?
Okay, let's do some math. Go ahead.
Math again? Oh,
So
Math?
keep in mind it's a 5-day holiday weekend.
if we do math,
Oh, so we're going 5 days.
Yeah, because
Okay.
it opened on Thursday, went through Easter.
I don't mind that. But remember, math is a part of a car. Math that's something different. We do.
No.
math.
It's the same for me.
Okay.
It's the same for me. So
Okay.
new word. That's new word number 5 for 2023.
Oh, because they mean two different
They
things.
mean
I
two
can tell you
different
that.
Same word. Same
Okay.
word.
Um.
Oh, look, Rob's
Oh,
helping
here it
you
is.
out.
You're
Rob's
killing
helping
me.
you
Oh,
out.
He's already starting it.
He's
Thanks,
giving me
Rob.
hints.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rob's
Um,
Rob's
all right.
giving you
So
some hints.
So can I guess now? Can I guess for what it did?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So I'm gonna say it's
Domestic.
domestic. Okay. Domestic. What would I'm gonna say 70 million.
Okay, 70.
And that's a big number. I went big because he said
it's animation. It's animation.
it is animation too. So I went big.
Yeah.
That's big.
Okay.
That's huge. I'm like not even sure where I'm going to go with it.
Let's go. Come on,
I guess
Magic.
70
I
million.
love how Magic Mike always gives us this fanfare. You know, he looked it up.
And then he
already.
hits it
Come
up
on.
with a dot.
Yeah. Off by 2 million. He wants to win both showcases.
All right.
Yeah.
70 million. I'm going to go with 55.
34,000 people don't even know what you're talking about. Right
Yeah.
there.
Drew Carey.
You got to go what? 75?
He said
No.
he said 55.
55. Okay. All right.
That's what you said, 55.
I'm going to go with 71.3. Bob.
All right. So you guys, even adding your numbers together didn't make the number. The domestic number
Really?
was 204.6 million.
What?
You're kidding me.
Nope. Domestic was 204.6 million. Domestic.
No.
What a huge success. That is a huge success for Super Mario.
And Game God fell asleep. Dude.
No, I didn't fall asleep. I did not fall asleep. So international, 377 international.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
So here's a couple of things. Yeah, thank you.
Talk right over the applause.
Thank you. No, I'm used to it. That's the way it is when they get. So PG film. So it's a PG film. Universal.
What makes it PG?
I don't know.
Violence?
Probably, but you see that in Teletubbies.
Okay.
I've never watched it. I don't know.
So it costs $100 million to produce. So
Okay.
so already instant hit. But you know what makes me wonder is that Rotten
Okay.
Tomato score does not match the money it's made.
All right.
So the
Well,
Rotten Tomatoes
I'm
score.
not going to guess now since you gave me the
No,
spoiler alert.
no. The Rotten Tomatoes score gave it a 57.
I don't take much credit in that though.
What's the audience score?
96.
There you go.
Okay, well there you go. So it does
That-
match.
so-
Yeah, it does matter.
So the critics didn't like it, but the audience did. So let me tell you what I saw.
That's
So
who
let me
paid
tell you
for
what I
it.
saw so far. So I did not have enough time because I tried to catch it before our recording today. That's the only reason why. I wanted to see more. Then you guys
Okay.
would have said I was late and would have got mad at me because of that. So I said, you know what? Let me cut the movie and get to the show on time. So I put priorities. But I gotta tell you, from what I saw so far, this thing is a movie video game. It is a video game in the form of a movie. It's so many references to the different genres.
That's
I
what
say
I thought.
genres, the different iterations of the game. So you got your 2D Mario, you got your 3D Mario. If you're a really Mario fan, there's a lot of in the background that you catch up, and so the whole time you're not just, at least for me, when I was watching, I'm not just watching the characters like Mario and Luigi and Princess Peach or whatever. I'm watching the background because there's so much in the background going on that you're like, oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, they put that in there. That's pretty cool. And until you guys watch it, I don't want to make some of the references, but they had some stuff that you're like, oh, I've seen that before. And I thought it was pretty cool. So if you haven't seen it, guys, from what I've seen, like I said, I've seen about half of the movie. Definitely try to watch it, guys, because when I'm done here, I'm gonna try to finish it.
So I'm gonna go ahead and go Magic Mike on this a little bit because I've heard nothing but rave things about it. I've heard nothing but just fantastic news about it. Like it's such a throwback type of animation that it and when I say this, in all the right ways, that it hits all of the nostalgic pieces. It offends zero people. It is just a great animated movie, and you get Super Mario at that. That's what I've heard from it.
Well, I haven't heard much of anything, and I'm glad I haven't because I don't want to know. But I'm excited, and Moose, what you're saying, or Gigi, what you're saying, that's perfect. What I want to hear. So it makes me really excited to go see it. I mean, I was already happy to see it when we saw the trailers, right? We talked about that. We were excited about it. And what you're saying, when you really like the game, as we said with D&D, which is really like the game, that's what we want out of it. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go see it for sure.
So it is kids friendly. It's kid friendly. And I just want to hit a couple of high points here. Some of the records is broke. Highest grossing debut for 2023. Biggest 5-day opening of all time, taking down Transformers of 200 million. Highest grossing debut for Illumination, beating out the 2015 Minions. And it's the highest grossing debut for a video game adaptation. Taking Sonic the Hedgehog. So, man, the biggest Illumination opening of all time, biggest video game opening of all time. It is taking down records in the video game genre, Illumination genre, animation genre. It is just the movie to watch.
That's amazing.
Well, and let me say this. I heard that it hasn't even been released in Japan yet. I think it releases later this month in Japan. So we're not even have all the numbers.
And that's funny is that they have Super Mario World in.
Once it hits there, that thing's gonna skyrocket.
Look at Rob said his son went to go see it and loved it. I mean,
yeah.
The big winner here, and I think this is what it is that it's family, kid friendly, and that's the audience that you get the older audience of us who've seen it, grew up with Mario.
They're gonna see it no matter what. The older audience,
and then you got the kids who are like, they know of Mario, but they really don't know Mario, right? So this is reigniting that. And look, Rob says there's 3 post-credit scenes. I didn't even know that.
I didn't even know there would have been one. I mean, but I'm fine with that.
I wouldn't have known
Is that the new norm nowadays? Post-credit scenes. We've talked about that before on the podcast. It seems like that is the norm.
It is the norm, but you would think if it's leading to another movie.
So let's call it right now. Do you think there's going to be another movie based on the?
Absolutely.
And it might be the first movie this year to hit 1 billion.
Wow,
that's crazy to think.
Well, they've I've heard nothing but great things about it, so I'm looking forward to seeing it. I will tell you that. And that's just bottom line. You got to see it. And I haven't seen it. Like Game God said, just time. But I definitely want to see that thing. That's going to be great. All right, well, let's move on. How about what we know so far of the Marvels in the MCU? The Marvels came out with a trailer, and initially my thoughts are a lot of action and a lot of comedy. So it didn't look bad. It wasn't a bad trailer. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought it was well done. I just think it's too much comedy for me, and something that I want from the MCU.
Go ahead, man, Mike.
I don't know. I think when I watched it, I got a little bit of the Guardians of the Galaxy feel and that kind of humor. I think the humor could be just right. If what we see in the trailer is what we get, I think we'll be okay. Because like you, Moose, I thought it was a good trailer. It wasn't bad at all. I like the interaction between the different characters. I didn't know. I don't think it's too much humor. I think it'll be just right what we're looking for. Like I said, Guardian of the Galaxy feel. I think that's what we're going to get.
Listen,
Okay.
I think you guys are so far from it. This trailer was trash, man.
What?
First of all, they had 3 times they had to do reshoots for this movie. It's been delayed twice. This is
Has it?
the Eternals Part 2. This movie
Ooh.
is as I watched this trailer, and I watched it the first time I watched it, it came out. I watched it 2 or 3 times just to make sure, I can try to pick something positive out of it. And I could not pick anything positive from this trailer. Nick Fury can't save this trailer. I'm sorry. This thing was horrendous. The jokes were predictable. The comedy is leaning on the same comedy that when Miss Marvel came out on Disney Plus. It is just, I don't want to watch it. I really don't. You guys, I'm telling you from now, you guys watch it. You guys tell me how it is. You guys collect the numbers from Rotten Tomatoes and the opening weekend. I want nothing to do with this movie. It looks like there's a Ronin the Accuser imitation going in. I don't know the backstory behind it. I want nothing to do with this movie. I'd rather go watch Eternals on Disney Plus.
Wow,
Yes.
come on. Yeah, how can you say that with this trailer? There is not enough in this trailer for you to feel that.
And that says a lot.
That sounds like you just don't like. You just didn't like the TV show much, and I didn't either. But I'm telling you, this looks okay. I would watch this based on this trailer.
If this was the only thing that I had if this was the only thing I had to base it on was the trailer alone, I'd go, that doesn't look too bad. But not. I'm not going out and seeing the opening weekend.
Well, yeah, I didn't say that.
I'm just saying.
I gotta tell you, there's just not enough of anything. Maybe it's because I'm so used to seeing trash now coming out of these movies. It just feels like Marvel has lost their way, their luster. I mean, we talked about it last week. Secret Invasion actually looked like it was the show that's going to be, but they do that all the time with shows. They make it look good in the trailers and they flake out. I have no hopes for this trailer, none whatsoever.
Wow.
Well,
I don't know. Rob says he's having some issues with Facebook. You can try YouTube too, Rob. We're on there if you're having some issues. I'm not sure if it's us or not.
I don't see any reports coming through on Facebook on our side here. But yeah. So anyway, let's move on because evidently Game God is just hating on the MCU, and I get it. I understand why. It's all right.
I'm glad
He's been hurt.
Wars Celebration 2023 in London happened just this past weekend.
Mm.
And
but it doesn't count though because it wasn't in the US.
So it really didn't happen.
It didn't count.
It didn't happen.
Lots of announcements, lots of trailers, lots of announcements, some surprises, some new movies. Like I don't even know where to start. I'd like to start with the new movies, honestly.
I just want to sit here and listen to Moose talk about it. I'm good with that because I know he's going to have some good stuff.
No, here's the thing. Let's start with the new movies because that's huge. One is Dave Filoni is getting one of his, one of the movies, which I'm excited about. This is George Lucas Jr. This guy knows Star Wars. He understands it. He understands how the universe works in it. He can build it. He can spread it out and deliver it to us in a nice, great, neat package. He has the middle of the movies, I would say. So there's three time frames we're talking about. the New Republic, which we've seen this. There's a video game New Republic. We've seen the New Republic in Star Wars, the current iterations of the movies. We know what the New Republic is. And quite frankly, he's taken that and kind of turned it into his own piece. So it seems to make sense that he should continue with the New Republic.
I agree. I agree 100%. He's taking the Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, Ahsoka, and all the Disney Plus series. He's going to put them all together and wrap them up in this movie.
Yeah.
That's so exciting. Just knowing what we've seen so far with Boba Fett and the Mandalorian and Ahsoka, the trailer that came out. We'll talk about that as well. But as we've seen that stuff, knowing, as Game God said, those coming together, however they come together, whatever the way he brings it, it's going to be exciting. And I just get goosebumps thinking about it.
I mean, you think about we'll go back and circle back to Mandalorian season 3 here in a couple of episodes. But if you think about what's happened throughout the Mandalorian, throughout Boba Fett, now you're the introduction of Ahsoka. I mean, this is his baby. This is his baby, Ahsoka. So to see all these things and what he can do with the clones and the New Republic, I just think it's great. And he's got such a great firm grasp on what Star Wars fan wants. And like I said, always, this guy was a Star Wars fan. Is a Star Wars fan, and he delivers. The first of the timeline for the movie Dawn of the Jedi. Now this is way back. We're talking about
25,000.
and this time like 25,000 years, prior to the movies that we know, or prior to the first Star Wars movie, not the first, but Episode 1.
Correct.
So we're going way back. We're going way back. And could be a tale of the first Jedi, the very first.
Oof.
And that is exciting. Is this the one who?
It's a blank canvas.
Is this the one who wrote the text, the Jedi text, like that we hear about? This could be amazing. This could be truly amazing, and nothing like we've seen before, because we know the baseline where it's at, where we're at now with the Force, and with lightsabers, but we have no basis from 25,000 years prior to Phantom Menace.
Yeah, because how do you determine that kyber crystals can do what they do, and you can build something together? After seeing this, though, I got to ask you guys: do you have expectations about that? About going back now that you can imagine going back in time and go, okay, now we're going to get something out of it. What would I want to see? What would I see with the first Jedi if this is what it's going to be? What do you have the expectation? Are you concerned that it won't?
Now, Moose, I know you have a deeper answer than mine, so I'm gonna go first with it. Because look, he's got to drink his water to get this answer out. You want to say yes, but at the same time, you can't say yes, because to your point, Magic Mike, you just don't know what can and can't be done. We just know the baseline, right? All I know is I want it all. Tell me, you got a clean slate. You can tell me anything, and I'm gonna lap it up like, oh yeah, let's go, keep going. I don't know what you got.
Yeah. No, I think the key for me, I think, is knowing that it could be the same individual who wrote the Jedi text, who then, now we have a source of, okay, this is what you do. We know what the Jedi can do. We know how to build a lightsaber. Now we're going to see an experience where it was trial and error, and maybe, just maybe, things were able to be done that weren't written to go, I better not write this. This could be very dangerous. And if you're passing this text down, then you don't want to put the really bad stuff in there. And so we can see it different.
Well, and I was going to
dark side or
raw,
evil,
like a rawness.
Yeah, that was never passed down, but we could see it, and we may know how to defend against it. Based on what we know, pure midichlorians do. I'm just kidding, not midichlorians. I'm not.
Well, the thing is that so at some point, if it's going to be a series or trilogy, or if they continue on with that path, are we going to see the first Sith? We're going to see the first
Yes.
Dark Lord. Yes, because you're going to see the first Jedi. If that's where they go with it, that's exciting too. To know, as Moose was saying, I'm not going to put in this text, or maybe it's in the text, but they're hidden.
Yes.
That you have to have certain power to unveil them. So yes, this is exciting stuff.
Something that's lost along the way. I mean, you can do so much with this. It is, like I said, a clean start. This is a way to. If you want to say revitalize the Star Wars franchise, you don't even have to revitalize it. I mean, I can see a new amusement park. I can see a new merchandise. I can see just new categories.
Let's talk about that, because the last one is Rob just mentioned in the chat room too. He's excited. He says he's excited about the Dawn of the Jedi, which is incredible. But I expected to start. He says I expected to start a new trilogy. Now, I agree with you on this, Rob. I expected probably a number of trilogies out of these movie announcements, but the one that the crowd got excited for, I think the most, was when they announced the new Jedi Order, and this is post the last the last.
Yeah, 15 years later, I believe, after.
So Daisy Ridley is coming back as Rey, and now they announced this. She comes out on stage. It's a big to do, and to see her as Rey, knowing that she's coming back as Rey, knowing that story really isn't done, is really exciting. Because I thought it was left a little I like what happened, but I thought that, man, we could have told the story a little differently at the end.
Yeah. I felt like we all wanted a little more. Maybe they did that on purpose.
Yes.
But you're going to see, because this is 15 years later, like I said, I believe, and she's now a Jedi Master. So we're going to see some of her other abilities come into play. Yeah. And, as Game God kind of mentioned a little bit, I really am excited. I got to check my pocketbook, but I'm really excited or my wallet or whatever you carry.
Pocketbook. Yeah, you carry a pocketbook. I carry a wallet.
The new lightsabers that are going to come from this.
Okay, hold on just a second.
Now it's happening to Moose. Now it's happening. Come on, Moose.
Because you're going the right direction, Magic Mike. But I'm gonna warn you now. If you don't have that Rey lightsaber yet, you better get it, because that one's gonna blow up. That one's gonna be super hot. And you better get it. I know you may not have wanted it in the past, but yeah, you gotta get it. You gotta pick up the Rey lightsaber.
Yes,
I do
have that one.
I have it as well. Yes. But I think that I knew just overall, just like Rob says in the chat room, keep the new fans engaged with new new lightsabers, things of that nature. I think that's huge. To have new lightsabers, you're going to see new lightsabers, you're going to see new outfits, you're going to see new colors, and one of the things we're going to get to here shortly is this color of this orange color that you see in some of the trailers. Yes. Which is just again, it's just so much that I go yes and yes and yes and yes. I'm excited about the three new movies and the three timelines. I think it'll spawn way more than what we give it credit for.
Moose, I just wanted to add real quick. I know we passed the first Jedi, but there's a comment that I just came across here from one of my sources. It says, "How far back are we going?" It said 25,000 years. We said that, and the filmmaker compared it to a biblical epic. And it's clear we're going to finally learn the origins of the Force in a way not even the expanded universe material tackled. I mean, that gives me goosebumps just reading that.
That's perfect. Because now you're opening up so many things and go, okay, now we've watched the path. We know where the path leads and where it's gone. We have the middle pretty defined in this path.
Yes.
But now you can go way back and you could go way forward. And I'm like, yes.
It's taking a page out of Star Trek. They're taking a page out of Star Trek. They're doing Discovery right here. That's what they're doing. They're doing straight.
It's untapped. It's untapped. I mean, Lucas took so long in coming out with more movies that he could have been doing this all along.
I wonder if George Lucas is saying, man, I want I want my $4 billion back or whatever he got back. You know, hey, guys, put me in. Hey, coach, put me back in, coach.
Yeah, but the reality is that without the backing they have now, they might not be where they are. That's key.
So you're saying that it's great the way the Star Wars story came out of Lucas's hand and grew and matured into what we have now. Do you think you're saying that it would have never happened or may have never happened with George Lucas? Is that what I'm understanding?
It might not have happened the way that it did. We might not have gotten a Dave Filoni, and that's kind of key as a takeover. As we know that he has stepped into those shoes of George Lucas, because had George Lucas continued, he may not have brought that on. So I don't know. I'm not saying it wouldn't have done as well, but we know the backing is what I'm getting at, is to be able to say, hey, let's just keep throwing money at it. Just keep throwing money at it.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure that I completely agree with that. I think that Lucas has some ideas. They may not be as good as some of the things that we've seen. I don't know, and then we'll never know. What we do know though is that, you know, since the rise of Skywalker, since we've seen that, we wanted something more. We wanted something, you know, just give me something a little more, you know, and it ended okay. But we wanted something a little more, and now we're going to get it.
Yeah, I'm going to read Rob's comment here, and then which is going to lead me into the next segment here. As difficult as may be, we have to steer away from the original characters. I get it. And new fans equals more money, right? So with that being said, I want to lead into this Ahsoka trailer, because
let's do it.
When I saw this trailer, first of all, I haven't watched the Clone Wars as much as Moose has. Attack of the Clones.
Hold on. Let me pause you right there, because this is exactly why you need to watch the Clone Wars. This is exactly why you need to watch Rebels, because you're missing so much.
Correct.
Now, and you're not getting what you need to be getting from out of this, because I have seen it and I know what it offers, and man, am I excited. Keep going.
Well, as I watch the Ahsoka trailer, first of all, the music in that opening scene is epic, right? For me, I'm like, I like that. Give me that as a new ringtone. So that's number one. Number two, you know, as I see Rosario Dawson play Ahsoka more and more, I feel like there's not one person who could have played it better. I think she does a great job. You can tell she's really diving into the character and really absorbing the role. And then as you see this trailer has so much nuggets of goodness, and I don't even know the half of it. Right?
I do,
because I know you do. So, you know, from Sabine, I do know her. To seeing Urza, I do know him.
Ezra.
Yeah, Ezra. Yeah, I can say his name right.
Yeah,
I know him too. And even Grant, the Admiral Thrawn. I know the names, right? I don't know them. So when I saw this trailer, the very first thing I did, guys, is queue up the Rebels. Yeah, because I need to see Rebels. I gotta see this, because I need to know what am I missing from these trailers that you know.
I'm gonna give you a hint, and I'm gonna give you something, a little nugget that you wouldn't know unless you've seen Rebels. The first thing I'm gonna give you is the fact that when you see Ahsoka and Sabine talking on Coruscant, this is one of the last episodes of Rebels. So you're getting the animation now funneled into the live action, and it's kind of picking up where it left off. Okay, that's huge. Now, what you'll see too is you have the robot. That's Chopper. Chopper's in there. Sabine's in there. Ezra's in there. Hera's in there. Now you got all these people. You're only missing a couple of people at this point, which are, if you go to a Mandalorian, you'll see one of them. If you go to the other one, he's dead. Sorry, one person dies. I won't tell you about. But those are the things. And then you break this Ahsoka trailer down, and you see one of these fighting people with lightsabers. We don't know what they are yet. Are they bad? Are they good? Are they in between? Are they acting as good or acting as bad? I don't know. But the little braid in the hair was a little Jedi braid. that Anakin had when he was younger, that Obi-Wan had when he was younger. So these little bitty things that I go, oh, did you see that? Oh, did you see that?
Now, if I could just get in a couple words here, since it's going back and forth between you guys at this point. Yeah, when I saw this, I mean, we knew Ahsoka was coming. We were excited about it. When we watched her in Obi-Wan or Mandalorian, it was exciting. And as I watched this trailer, was the trailer just came out recently? I'm trying to remember the timeline. The announcement of the trailer, I watched the trailer, and then I looked at somebody next to me. And I said, "Okay, you ready to watch the Clone Wars?" And so we started watching the Clone Wars because I know there's a lot of things between both of them.
Yeah.
I will say this: I did recognize at some point Disney Plus had on there what you need to watch to keep up with the Ahsoka series and some different things, and I thought that was interesting. So you could see if you didn't have time to go through it all, you could pick certain episodes from certain seasons. And Moose waves his hand at that, but again, someone who doesn't have a lot of time, that might be key because Ahsoka comes out soon. So, and if you want to be able to get everything in before then, you got to spend some time there. But I'm already started watching Clone Wars, and I'm super excited about Ahsoka for sure.
And who's this guy that's in the gray beard?
Oh my goodness, that guy looked epic, man.
With this orange type glow lightsaber. Interesting. And as one of the comments there, Admiral Thrawn, of course, shown in Ahsoka, which is just going to be amazing. We learned that it is Lars Mikkelsen, who is the brother of Mads Mikkelsen, who is also in Star Wars, but also did the original voice in the series, in the animation series, which is completely amazing. I think that is great. And man, it's just there's so much that in that Ahsoka trailer. Now, if I compare the Ahsoka trailer to Ms. Marvel or the Marvel's trailer, it's not even comparison, is it?
Oh,
no, not even close.
Not even close.
Listen, no, I'm not going to even spend the time on it. Keep going because I'm just getting some bad vibes with this Ms. Marvel.
Well, I mean, there were a couple other trailers that came out because we had Visions come out.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah,
Visions.
Now, again, Game God, the sound, the music, the score that you're having in Visions when you watch this trailer is completely amazing. Second, go ahead.
Absolutely, it's amazing. You kidding me? That's why the reason I brought it up, because as you're watching this, and I don't want to interrupt your second, so you have to keep that because I know it's going to be good. As I'm watching this, and I remember from the first season, I wasn't sure about the different styles of the animation.
Right.
I was like, I'm not so sure.
Right.
But as I'm watching the trailer for the second one, the way they bring it together is incredible, and it seems like they're all together. They probably aren't, but it certainly feels that way.
No, but that's the thing. So the second thing is that you've got animation studios from around the world putting their compilations together and their best. This is their best stuff. They're putting it in a Star Wars animation package that's going to be released to the world. It's going to be their best stuff, and it looks incredible. Even the stuff that you go, I wouldn't necessarily watch this type of animation. But this I'm going to watch because it's in Star Wars. And that's exactly the point. I think that it was made. But you can have all different types of animation, and some of it looks incredible. Like stuff that I go, I didn't know this existed. And now I'm watching it.
Yeah.
So as a guy who watches anime or tries to watch anime when I have time, because I can't finish anything, I gotta tell you, I was a huge fan of Star Wars Visions 1. Season 1, I loved every episode and every art style. My biggest thing is that I feel like we in the States don't get enough of that type of animation or the variations of different animation. So to see a beloved franchise such as Star Wars embrace this is amazing. Number 2, so when I seen the Visions trailer, this for me was the icing on the cake. I'm like, the only thing that always makes me a little disappointed, because they're shorts, they're 10 or 15-minute episodes, but you can tell they pour their resources into this, and I would watch this full seasons of this. I would watch any one of them. I mean, and in this one we had, I believe it looked like clay animation or something like that, claymation kind, and they had the real, like, it looked like water paints. and they had one that was like real like stylish with streaks. Oh man, everything about it. And then the character design, man, you had some character designs here that was epic. You remember in the first season is when we saw that round thing with the sabers, like we saw different stuff here. Yeah. So this one for me is this can't come fast enough. Now the thing that bothers me is all this stuff's coming out on May the 4th. So I'm starting to think I'm gonna have to take this day off from work because I want to watch it all. I need to take it all in. Between animation and sound. This is my world we're going into with the animation piece, and I can't wait.
Yeah, you're right. Now, with that, you have the Young Jedi. What is it? I can't even remember.
Adventures, Young Jedi Adventures.
Yeah, Young Jedi Adventures.
Now this compared to like Visions, I'm like, yeah, I might watch it for one episode. I might go in the old trunk. Because compared to the other stuff, it looks really it looks like it's for a lot of young people.
It is.
Yeah. Rob says in the chat room that he enjoyed that samurai episode from season 1. Yeah, I agree. That is my favorite as well.
So on the Young Jedi Adventures, I gotta say they're smart, and here's why I say that. They're tapping into the young audience, man. This They hit all the cutesy things, they're giving them, they're not making them from at least they're not making them from a perspective where they're too young, where they don't know. They're just putting Jedis in young kid form. It reminded me of the cartoon or the animation with the Wonder Pets. That's what it reminded me of when I was watching the trailer. Wonder Pets on the way. No, you guys don't know. Some people know what that is. Look it up, Google it.
Okay,
but that's what it reminded me of. I feel that this is gonna really pull in the young Star Wars kids that we have, and they're gonna really suck up all this and buy all the toys. There's gonna be tons of toys for this. It's gonna be on a cereal box. Watch.
No, to your point, Game God, this is a great idea for them. One of those things that the young kids are gonna want to wake up and watch on a Saturday morning. This is what this is. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm not sure I will watch it. Probably won't be on in my house because I don't have that age group. But yes, they will.
Well, I mean, look, I guess it's yet to be seen just how good or bad it is. Here's what we know: if it's Star Wars, there's a good chance it'll be good, and that's really all we say. I mean, what do you do? Hey, listen, everybody, we have more to talk about next week. There's so many other shows that we haven't talked about that we've given a break to over the past couple of weeks. We're going to get back to those. Thanks for joining us in the chat room, Rob. We appreciate it. And anybody else who's joined us. We'll see you next week.
I was just leaving.
Nerd alert, nerd alert, nerd alert, nerd alert.
You've been listening to Podcast for Sci-Fi with Moose, Game God, and Magic Mike. Nerds have more fun. If it's anything sci-fi, we're talking about it. We had fun, and we hope you did too. We have to split, but we'll be back soon. In the meantime, hit us up at podcast4sci-fi.com. This is Podcast for Sci-Fi, where all things sci-fi come to life. Come to life.